Hello friends, this is Dr. Praveen Parmar from Vyapar Jagat, and today I am with Dr. Geetika Saluja, and she is involved in multiple businesses. She is a academician as well as she is an entrepreneur, and today we are going to know about her story, her business journey as well as the academic journey she had so far. And let us start with Madam herself, and she will tell us her journey. Yes, Dr.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen. It is such a wonderful occasion to be here. Very nicely said that yes, I am an academician as well as an entrepreneur. Many people do ask me, this is a very unique combination. टीचर होते तो बिजनेसमैन नहीं होते, बिजनेस वुमेन नहीं होती है, या बिजनेसमैन नहीं होते हैं, और बिजनेसमैन होते तो टीचर नहीं होते हैं. और मेरे लिए it's a unique platform. Why being an academician and entrepreneur is I have a beautiful understanding, and I've created my own niche in both these things, and that is where now today I am at a position where I can connect academia with the industry, which is the need of the day. I started my journey as a businesswoman. We started a small group, you can call it as CASA karke. We started our own organization, and then it led me to my own professional learning, doing my education so I'm master's in microbiology, getting into business, then moving towards doing my bachelor's in education, master's in education, MPhil and PhD in education, and taking care of an educational institute, teaching students, interacting with so many of them. But during all this process, I realized that the education does not give work skills, which I had. There was a great need in my business, which I see. I see people not having those work skills. Okay, they have got a degree but not the work skills. And I realized it's not their fault. It's the fault of the education system, where I was a part of it, where we could not give them the work skills. We can give them the content learning, we can give them the results, but we could not give them the skills which are required in the field of work, in the field of life to get success. And that's where my journey of understanding what does the business actually mean, what kind of skills are required to be as an employer and to be as an employee at both the ends, and how an employee can act as an employer in its own organization, and what kind of attitude is required for the same. This made me into reading, understanding, doing small research projects, sharing on various platforms, and that's where I blended the content learning and skill development together to be addressed in the classroom, and not to be addressed as कि चलो आज तो एक team building का session होने वाला है and आज biology का class है. When I'm teaching biology, how I can teach team building along with teaching biology, how I can as a educator stand in the classroom and simultaneously teach people how to present your proposal in the board meeting. It's because I am not teaching, I'm presenting my content.
Absolutely.
Students learn from observing, by modeling, by the thoughts of the educator. So what kind of attitude the educator is required, so that she can mold the students who are going to come out of their classrooms and be in the part of the life and world. So that's how the understanding of my business and academician comes into picture. So today I play a very important role in connecting the academia and the industry.
Perfect. So can you tell us more about your early days and how you have started your own journey and the early days?
Lovely. Yeah, everyone feels like it happened with the same way after completing my master's in microbiology and my husband completing his bachelor's in engineering. It always starts, the same trend is today also, कि खुद का कुछ करना है, job नहीं करनी है. We also had the same mindset कि job is little inferior, and coming from a family of a business background, we always thought we should set up something of our own. Now today at this age I realize it's about the mindset. Whether you're doing a job or you're doing your own business, it all depends upon how well you do it. But yes, it was the time of 1996 when we got married. We realized that we need to do something of our own. 23 years old, very naive. So we started with a small business. We got an opportunity to start designing, manufacturing a hinge, which was a Victorian hinge. And that's how and it was latches and hinges, which I'll definitely show it to you what is it all about. So we started working with you can call it as Luhar jo community. We started training them कि कैसे ये बनाना है, क्या करना है. So initially hired one family into the group, then the entire village actually became a part of it. We started exporting those hardware, which was in England, and then we realized that we need to know where it is being used. And when we went there to see how it is being used, we realized it's a huge market. We can actually do a lot of things together. And as I said, attitudes are very important. People should love you with whom you're doing the business. And that's what happened with us. So that led it to our journey of today, having this as almost 3,000 plus products in our line. And that's how the journey of our business started. And it is surviving, and we are enjoying that.
Geetika ji, so far, what was the challenging part of the entire journey, and how did you overcome from those challenges?
Challenges are always there, whether you are working or you are leading an organization. I know it's a part and parcel of the whole package, I can always say. But what was the greatest challenge? I can't say it's a greatest challenge, but yes, the challenge which I am proud of presenting and overcoming it with a lot of smile and pride is that the downfalls are always there in whatever work we do. Always. It's not always very few are lucky enough to have that trajectory of the just going up and up and up. But we had a lot of downfalls in our life. But to overcome those business downfalls, to overcome as a personal downfalls, because when you are growing up, there are a lot of things you have to manage on the personal front and the professional front.
Right.
And understanding the differences among the people, understanding that yes, this is how people will behave, this is yes, but being accountable to your own business. So the downfalls which we had in our own business, the downfall where I was taking care of an education institute, where I realized that no, it's my accountability and I am responsible for it. I cannot put it on someone else. It's mine. I am telling you very clearly, there are no reasons for failures. There are always reasons for success, but no reasons for failures. When it comes to failures, there is only one thing, is accountability. The moment you say, yes, this is my failure, and yes, the success is of the whole team. So then you have to start introspecting, and that is what we did as husband and wife. And we realized what we need to do it. And again, when you're doing this work, your employee, your people who are there with us becomes your family. So not having that trickle effect on them. उन पे ये चीज़ नहीं पहुंचनी चाहिए, बिकॉज उनके में इतनी डीपर अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं होगी ये बात समझने की जितनी आप में है एज अ लीडिंग द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सो आपको वो चीज़ एब्जॉर्ब करनी है, और एब्जॉर्ब करके उनके ऊपर ट्रिकल इफेक्ट ना हो, उनकी फैमिली पे इफेक्ट ना हो. इस तरह वो 3 to 4 years आपको कैसे बैलेंस करना है, सो दैट यू व्हेन यू आर कमिंग अप द होल गैंग इज टुगेदर विथ यू. यू डोंट नीड टू बिल्ड योर गैंग व्हेन यू आर कमिंग अप. सो कई बार क्या होता है, हम ऊपर होते हैं, हमारे साथ बहुत लोग होते हैं, जब हम डाउन होते हैं बहुत लोग हमें छोड़ जाते हैं, फिर वापस ऊपर आने के लिए हमें एक नई टीम बनानी पड़ती है, उसमें बहुत एनर्जी वेस्ट होती है. तो जो डाउन में वो टीम को मेंटेन करना, मैनेज रखना, एक साथ में रखना, सो दैट जब ऊपर जाए तो हम सब साथ में ऊपर जाएं. That is what about our challenges, and we have managed today.
Right. And so, can you tell us that what are the boldest decisions you have taken during the entire journey, and about the those kind of critical situations?
Yes, boldest decision is always adventure तो करना पड़ता है, risk, financial risk लेनी पड़ती है कई बार, but you have to trust your instinct. So when we are into exports and certain projects which we feel कि ये चीज़ें कई बार हमारे इंस्टिंक्ट्स आधे मोमेंट पे बोलते गलत है तेरे. So but yes, the boldest decision which we see is our going ahead and doing exports with the Europe market, understanding their need and designing our entire products keeping their need in mind. It was our boldest decision to say, otherwise being in India, knowing that world was very difficult for us at that time when we were not having this Google friendly. So we had to go there very often to understand their needs, and then Gmail and all, and then trying to develop such kind of quality which the European market requires, and at the cost which they need, and in India to balance that cost and that quality, and then again to be competitive with the Chinese counterparts, is something which we still stood to it. We still don't succumb to the poor quality and Chinese counterpart कि आपको इतना चाइना से इतना मिल जाएगा तो हम वही चीज़ आपको इतना दे देंगे. No, we still stick to our quality, and that's what is we have stuck to our decision, and this is what has been now after almost 16 years of our life. We see that was our boldest step which we are today in the market being appreciated for.
Geetika ji, can you tell us about the work-life balance of yours, because you are already associated and you are giving a lot of contribution to the other society. How do you manage your work-life balance?
I have very clear understanding of various roles that I am doing, whether it comes into my professional world where I am heading a director of Casa Group, business which we are talking about, our venture Boho Homes, And then I'm heading the Varmora Group Center for Excellence, where I take care of people and process management with the vision that personal excellence will automatically lead to professional excellence. And I am also supporting Institute of Advanced Research Gandhinagar as heading their external affairs and development in that capacity, connecting the institute with the industry and help with respect to the development of the new programs. So that's are my professional roles. Apart from there, I always ensure that there is one thing called ISR, Individual Social Responsibility, कि जब ऊपर जाए तो भगवान को आप जवाब दे सको कि आपने एक नमूना नीचे जो भेजा था वो कुछ अच्छा काम करके ऊपर आया है, प्रोफेशनली भी, कम्युनिटी के लिए भी और पर्सनल ग्रोथ भी करके आया है. सो मेरा कॉन्स्टेंटली नया आई ऑलवेज कॉन्स्टेंटली गेट एंगेज्ड इन लर्निंग न्यू प्रोग्राम्स ऑन ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे नए प्रोग्राम्स पढ़ती रहती हूँ. आई एम आई एक्सपर्ट इन एजुकेशन इन सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट, दैट इज कॉल्ड ESD. सो आई हैव बीन मेंटरिंग लॉट ऑफ educators and the students with respect to sustainable development and sustainable development goals from almost 2014 onwards, where people were not even talking about MDGs at that time and SDGs at this time. So I'm always involved in my research with respect to environment education, and I am very passionate about traffic to reduce the accidents on the road and reducing the number of deaths on the road. So there I'm always very passionate. Apart from there, I always ensure that women empowerment, wherever there is something where I can always support any lady who wants to do some work and my guidance can help them out. So I go out of my way to do the needful. Now all those, so it's not, I don't call it as work-life balance actually, to be very frank, Praveen bhai. I call it as it's life. And the moment you are in a role, you are in that role. That's it. Don't think about something else. Get involved in it, do it to the passion, give your best, and then do this another role, give your best, and then simultaneously see our brain. Being a person who understands psychology, who understands anatomy, our brain's neurons are designed in such a way that there are multiple channels.
Correct.
It's always how you manage those channels with your time management and support. When you're doing something genuine, people are there to support you. So when it comes to family, your priorities are set. People also in the family always with support, provided they see you that you're determined and with good intentions. And similarly, it comes in the professional life. People have always supported me when they see that what she's doing is something good and she's determined and she's doing it passionately with good intentions. So that's where how I manage it well. My son has also supported me. He's an independent person right from a childhood, and that's how I've grown and nurtured him. So we always say that take a proper decision, but it should be well-informed decision, so that you can give the onus on the person that it's your decision, take it forward. But that's how I've always tried to do it.
And so how do you manage your priorities? And if suppose I say, especially when we talk about the time management, so where do you spend your time outside the work? I mean,
see, in as for example, when you our interaction, so I always try to see, let's mark my date. So I do the priority as per a day. Okay. In this day, if I have got X number of work, say 4 number of work, and in that I try to see that in that 4 number of work, this work is my priority. So I finally in that 4 I prioritize. देखो एक चीज़ लेके चलो, कोई भी इतना, no one is Miss Perfect or Mr. Perfect. अगर हमने 4 काम हाथ में लिए हैं तो चारों काम परफेक्टली नहीं होंगे, और उसमें मैं देख लेती हूँ कि इस दिन को मुझे इस काम को प्रायोरिटी देनी है, एंड उसके बाद थिंग्स विल फॉल. मे बी एक चीज़ नहीं कर पाई तो वो कैरी फॉरवर्ड होगा. सो देन अगेन कैरी फॉरवर्ड इन योर कैलेंडर. And then when you have to give some, so I don't mind telling people that let's meet after 4-5 days, or let's do it after this date. You know, something happens, whether in my personal organization or because my calendar is there in my mind. So I very clearly say, for example, today something tells me, I say let's meet after 25 or let's meet after 15th December and take it forward. So that calendar is there in the mind, and that's how I try. And then I try to prioritize within the day also. And अगर ज़रूरत पड़ती है तो एक साथ चीज़ carry forward पे कोई guilt factor नहीं है. But yes, politely it can be taken care of.
And where do you spend time apart from the work hours?
It's not that we have been working all the time. My life has been very beautiful because most of the time me and Bhushan also are there when it comes to business together, and then I have my independent life also, social life also, my as a community responsibility life also, and as a professional life also. And if you say time apart from there, I prefer to spend at my home. People do tell me that you are a very extrovert personality, but I know I'm a very introvert personality. I love my books, I love my dog, I love my home. Given a choice, I would like to. I spend my time with all three of them. So my home, my dog, and my books, and I enjoy doing that.
So Geetika ji, would you rather want to be good at multiple things, or you want to be an expert on one particular thing?
This is the perfect question you have asked, Mr. Praveen, to me, and many of them I'm sure would like to know the answer of this question. Yeah, I'm good at many things, and I always believe that I always believe myself to be a multi-potential person. People always feel कि બધા માણસ એક જ વસ્તુમાં સારો હોય અને એ જ વસ્તુ કરતા જાય તો કોઈ રિઝનેબલ પ્રાઇસ મળી જાય. મારા એવું છે કે I don't believe in putting myself into one frame. I do get restless after that. What next? So I need to understand, and that is what I tell to everyone when they come for counseling to me, especially the parents come with their kids and all, especially when it comes to career counseling, कि શું કરું? And I say that there's nothing wrong. You first important is understand your own personality, what kind of person you are. And I have understood my personality is it's a personality who likes to do a lot of things. And when you're sent into this world, maybe I'm sent into this world to do multiple things, and I'm doing my checklist in my bucket list. So whether it's come in the field of education, or in the field of business, or in the field of personal excellence, or in the field of community understanding, or developing the social circle, I don't mind, I'm happy. And see, multi-potential person always gives their best every way, and there is nothing called 100%, so there's nothing wrong in feeling that. So I would prefer to be a multi-potential person with expertise on a lot of things, because eventually it is blend of all. It's a blend of all. You need to be a good person, you need to be a good businessman, you need to be a good person who understands life as an educator, you need to be a good person with the social skills, you need to be a person who have a positive communication.
Absolutely.
And you can manage a lot of things. अगर मैं घर manage कर सकती हूँ, event भी तो manage कर सकती हूँ. Why not?
Absolutely.
If I can manage a budget of my home, why can't I? And budget of my business, why can't I have a budget of a ISR, individual social responsibility, or a budget of an event? So these are all interrelated. Don't see it as a separate thing. Business is not buying and selling and profit out of it, or producing something, marketing, selling and make profit out of it. Business actually has various dimensions, and if you don't understand all those dimensions, you don't get success in it. And that is where your multi-potential understanding of various dimensions comes into picture, and that's how. And then again, your strength to understand people. So I think it's better to be a multiple people working in various aspects rather than just being into one. Yeah, there are people who are experts, that they are experts only into one, and they are also doing good. So you have, in the world, you have both kind of people, and they are all both doing their best.
And so what do you think? You should be a hardworking person, or there are areas where the smart as a smart person you are good at?
I always tell my team, गधे भी काम करते हैं और घोड़े भी दौड़ते हैं, आपको क्या बनना है? So I always tell my team this thing. कोई बोलता है I'm very hard working. I said, yeah, you work hard, but without any common sense, what do I do with that hard work? So the question is, I always say I'm a lazy person, very lazy person. And then people see my profile and said, a lazy person cannot do so many things. I said, yeah, I'm a lazy person because I try to find shortcut to do everything. So that's what I do. I try to see how best I can invest in the smallest and the least amount of time, how best I can do for that particular activity. So that is smart working.
Absolutely.
And I would like to, and that is where I'm constantly involved in developing my skills. I'm constantly involved in reading. I'm constantly involved with meeting people and learning new things from them. I'm constantly involved in doing really online courses, which are certificate courses also. So I'm sharpening my X every time, and simultaneously trying to find in the lowest possible time how I can execute a particular work. So as I said, it's a very obvious question. I believe in smart work. As I said, don't be donkey.
Geetika ji, so what is your larger vision or the larger goal, and where do you want to see yourself in next 10 to 25 years?
Many people have a vision with respect to XYZ CR in the business, or looking at your XYZ position. I see my larger vision to be a person who goes up, and when meets the, you can say, the judge कि तूने जब नीचे भेजा था तुझे तो ये काम के लिए भेजा था, उसमें से कितनों में चेकलिस्ट हो गया. So I would like to actually, in my professional world and in my social and world, I would like to do maximum amount of contribution which I can. I'm talking about professional world. I don't see my business to have X number of, you can call it as CR turnover, but X number of people who are influenced in a positive way. So I would like to influence almost 1,000 people directly through my business and innumerable people indirectly through my business. That's my larger vision when it comes to my business. Turnover to hota rahega sath sath mein. And when it comes to my professional self, I have taken permission from Mahatma Gandhi in one of our discussion when I was having with him in my thoughts, and I told, with your due permission, I'm making a change in your statement, saying be the change that you want to see in the world. You know, that's what he has, and that is very inspiring thought. I've added to this, be the change that you want to see in the world, and in the process influence and inspire others. Don't be the only change maker. अपने साथ कारवा बढ़ाते जाओ. That's again my larger vision when it comes to my social and social commitments, increasing my social circle of influence and inspiration. It's a co-inspiration time. So that's my larger vision, to have at least 1,000 plus employees who would be directly connected and would be benefited from our professional business, and at least innumerable people indirectly plus this change maker.
So you are already, you have the journey which is already inspiring. And now my next question is, what message do you want to convey to the young entrepreneurs or the startups, those who are just starting their business?
Praveen bhai, thank you for telling me that I have a journey of inspiring. And young startup means I really feel more senior to them. I see myself as young all the time, because एक business तो है ही, but continuously नए venues, opportunities देखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. So I'm really happy to see the today's youngsters, and there is where I do this program with Institute of Advanced Research Gandhinagar as Eureka, as a science and startup conclave, where we give opportunities to not a good number of students who are having that startup and pitching that. And I always tell them, be very clear with what you are doing. I am telling one more thing, be very clear with why you are doing. When your why is clear, your how will automatically come in place, and you will get people to help you out when you are very clear with your what and why. How कैसे होगा वो तो अपने आप in place आ जाएगा. So take some time with your own self, spend some time to introspect your work, and whatever you do should align with your personality. That's important.
That's very true actually. So Geetika ji, thank you so much for your time, and it was a lovely discussion with you. Thank you so much.
It is my pleasure, and thank you for doing the same.
Thank you.